Tough loss to end the series against Creighton. What are some thoughts after today?
I thought we pitched really well. We had the one inning where kind of defensively we didn't back up Rissy enough, made some mistakes. It was a tough day out there, very windy, tough day to play defense, and kind of just gave them too many runs. And obviously, offensively, we couldn't really get anything going again. They got really good pitchers, but I didn't think it was to the point where we should have had the lack of production that we did. But that happens. That's baseball. We hit some line drives at people, but in much like yesterday, a couple innings we had rallies going, couldn't move a runner or get him in. So it's gonna be hard to win games like that. But we're in a lot of tight games. I know the score stretched out at the end, but pretty tight game most of the way, 4-0. Just got to be a little better defensively to keep us in there longer for the offense to get going.
Aiden obviously started the game off pretty well. Ended the game with 6 strikeouts. What happened in that fourth inning? Obviously, mostly wasn't his fault. Gave up that 1 earned run, but just situational stuff. Like what happened during that inning?
Yeah, he got a leadoff out, and then they hit a kind of chopper through the 6 hole, or not even really through the infield. That got past our third baseman and shortstop, and then another choppy ball. He had a base hit in front of J. Lou and left, and then another ball that just chopped through the infield, got just off Cody's glove to score the 1 run, and then first and third, they hit a hard hit ball to Harmon. He went for the double play. We threw it too high, and really that was their runs. We kind of felt, you put 3 guys on base in that situation without them really hitting a ball hard. I don't really fault Aiden for anything. Obviously, they manufactured runs, and if you get those 3 ground balls that get through all in a row, that's a rally in baseball. And if they end up at a guy, it's a double play. So, yeah, that's all. I mean, I thought he pitched well. I thought all our guys pitched well enough to keep us in the game against a really good lineup.
You get on the board in that 5th inning. A little bit of rally. A couple of walks. You get Eddie across. In that moment, did you feel like you had some momentum coming into that inning or after that inning? Try to get some more runs on the board.
Absolutely, those have been the innings. Except for the last 2 days, those are the ones I've been talking about where we don't just move the runner, we hit a double and 2 guys score, and then we move that guy to third. We were in the right part of our order, right guys up. Eddie and Burke getting on base, Fung getting a bunt down, flipping the order to the top, and Kenny grounds out, scores the run. But in the past, that's where we're hitting doubles and doing things. So it's a credit to them. They pitched really well. They minimized big innings, and they didn't really give us much. And it's hard in college to get 4 or 5 hits in a row. I wish we did more in those situations over the last 2 days, but we didn't, and we got to learn from them. And we're going to be in those spots again, so we got to just keep fighting.
Kupik and Kalia, locked down in that later innings in relief. Obviously, Austin hasn't played since the Nevada series. What do you see out of him, coming in for that 1 inning?
He might not have pitched since then, but he's pretty much up and getting loose every game. He's one of our best situational pitchers where we could bring him in, face different types of hitters. We know he's going to throw strikes, not get himself in trouble. And like I said, it's hard to get a bunch of hits in a row in college. So he did a good job. And then I thought Kalia ran into some bad luck in the run he gave up. Shouldn't really have given up a run. Another kind of bloop hit, and then we misplayed a ball. So it happens. But, yeah, these are the guys we trust. And I think they do a really good job for us. And got 4, 5, 6 guys out there who all pitched well out of the bullpen this weekend, which bodes well for the future.
Offense was a little stagnant today, just 3 hits across the board. What are some things that the team can do to kind of string some hits together and get some runs in?
Hitting is weird. You're in there individually in the box, but for some reason everything's contagious with hitting. So if you think back to some of our weekends where everybody got hot at the same time, seems like when things go bad in baseball for an offense, I think we're having decent at-bats, the balls aren't falling, and people start pressing, and it leads to the next guy pressing and trying to do more and trying to pick everyone up. I really love how our hitters compete in the box, and we've figured out the competitive part. Now we got to figure out that the weight of the world's not on your shoulders when you're in the box, and you're not letting everybody down, and that's what I try to explain to them. You're going to fail in baseball, you're going to succeed, but you got to stay confident. And I don't know if we were lacking confidence, but I just feel I can look into guys' eyes and they're pressing. They're trying to do more than they need to do, and all you got to do is win the next pitch, win your at bat, over and over again in baseball. And I think that's it. I'm happy we don't have a midweek game this week. I'm happy we can refocus, kind of reshift. It's been 21 really good games of battles, battle tested going into the weekend, next weekend, and we have some days to kind of watch some video, regroup. Sometimes you need to step away from the normal routine and just get yourself back to square one.
You've obviously taken or competed against a lot of tough opponents in the non-conference schedule here with Creighton, Nevada. San Jose State's a tough team. What can you use heading into the Santa Clara series on Friday? From these opponents, what have you learned from playing these teams?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the schedule, the way it panned out, we played really good offensive teams every week, really good pitching. I know we might not have a quote-unquote Power 4 school on our schedule, but and anyone who watched these games, we played some mid-majors that are really good, probably all going to compete at the top of their conferences. Really good teams, and that's what I wanted with this schedule. I think what I try and explain to everybody is the only thing you can get out of the past is information, and that's what we need. We can't be harping on it. You can't dwell on it. But there's valuable information, experience. A lot of guys got at bats. Some freshmen have been playing. I think we figured out our roles out of the bullpen and things like that. And that's really what, on top of trying to win games and become who you are, I mean, that's what these 21 games are about. Because now you go into conference play and you gotta know your team. And I think we have a good grasp of who we are and what we need to do. And if we stick to that, I like our chances. But we gotta stick to it, fight through it, even when times are not going our way, when things aren't going our way. So, like our team, we didn't really go soft this year with the scheduling. Tough opponents. This has been a tough week. Traveled to Riverside, played 2 games, come back real late at night Wednesday, and a tough 3-game series with Creighton. So I think all the teams we played, it'll be fun to follow where they end up, but I think we played some really good opponents this year.